Hello everybody, so in episode 11 we left off with the filling of the bay. Sorry I didn't film a lot of that, it was mainly down to there's a lot of dust and I'm not using a protective cover for the GoPro, mainly for the sound quality. Yeah, so I will now show you what I have done in the meantime. So as you can see, most of the bay is now quite different. You've got this yellow here, yellow there, yellow there. That is all filler primer, which I've let to set for more than 24 hours now. As you can see down here, there's a little bit of filler for the imperfections all the way across, you know, just to sort the rough spots out. I've still got to sort out a bit of filling there. Once all that's sanded back and smooth, hopefully I can lay the first coat of primer for the day. I'll also show you stuff is knifing putty. What knifing putty is a more liquid form of filler, and as you can see here it says fill scratches and stone chips, so it's not meant for anything too deep, it's just meant for any slight imperfections or pinholes or little pits in the filler that, you know, some places are quite awkward to get to, so that's what that's going to be used for. And then with a heat gun I'm just going to speed up the process, getting it dry, sanding it back, and then hopefully it'd just be a case of laying on the primer, waiting, primer, wait, and so on and so forth. So that is the plan. Let's see if it actually works out this weekend. Sandpaper wise, I'm using 120 grit and 320. 120 takes out the harsh edges here and levels it flat. 320 just gets it smooth. That's just a little info tip for you guys just to see what I'm doing. Again, I cannot stress enough my thank yous to Martin for coming out the other weekend, helping me out. I really had no clue on what I was doing. So Martin, if you're watching this, which you probably are, thank you very much for the help, mate. Really appreciate it. You know, lifesaver. We got quite a lot done considering the conditions that we were working in. So thank you very much, my friend. So a quick tip on doing this, which is what I learned, is don't press too firm on the sandpaper, just literally glide it across the top. Too much pressure and you're going to be taking too much and you're going to be scoring the surface too hard, which means you're then going to have to fill again. Literally, I'm using 120 to shape the filler. People use 80 grit. For me, 80 grit's too hard. So if you're dominantly right-handed, use your left hand to just run across here to feel for any imperfections, because your less dominant hand's more sensitive to differences, whereas your more dominant hand isn't. You literally just run your fingers where the filler is, and you'll feel any slight difference in sort of from a flat to a raise, or even a lip in the filler. You know, where you put the blade down, you do that, you create an instant lip. So that's what I'm just feeling for, making sure it's all smooth. Yeah, so now obviously I've got a little bit of sanding up there, none to do over there, but the next step would be, I've got a little bit here, down there, clean it all down, primer, let that dry for a little bit, add another coat of primer, let that dry, another coat of primer, let that dry, and yeah, and then I can see any pits and imperfections. You can already see a few up here. It casts a shadow inside itself here, a little bit here, but hopefully that's what the catalloy or stopper, as the Americans call it, is hopefully going to be doing. Sweet, so let me crack on with that and I'll get back to you guys once I'm at the cleaning stage, I guess. Update. So I've put more filler down here, a little bit here on the strut tower just whilst I was mixing. Realistically I only wanted to cover this section here and this section here because I forgot that they were there. I've also covered the little bit that was here but down there with filler, so that's just got to be smoothed down. What else? Because I had a batch of filler I didn't really want to waste it, so a little bit of imperfection here, up here, other side and top of strut tower. Yeah, so next stage is wait for all this to dry, and then it's sanding, clean,
primer. Oh, also to note, I've removed the VIN plate from there. It will be going back. I'm pretty sure it's illegal in the UK and probably most countries to run without a VIN plate. I'm not too sure. Someone could probably clarify that. That'd be great. Thanks.
Right, so the engine bay is now clean. So give you a quick look. So that's what the bay looks like right now. I've obviously sanded all them down. I did miss a spot here. What I'm going to do is fill a primer and then sand over once it's done. I've also keyed the firewall, so hopefully that can take its first coat of primer right now. The primer I'm using is a high build primer. This has come directly from the spray shop because the reviews on Halford's own filler primer isn't that great. So yeah, time to prime. So the full bay is now in filler primer stage. This should now obviously indicate any imperfections, any real kind of pits in the filler work. Hopefully once they're done I can apply the catalloy, I can't remember, knifing putty. And once the knifing putty's on, it will hopefully render a smooth finish, and then I'll move up a grade of sandpaper to a finer grade, about 600 grit, get that smooth as, then another layer of primer on, and again repeat if there's any bad areas. There was a few runs here, there's a few runs up there, but obviously that's just firewall where I got a little bit too close. So yeah, slowly taking shape. So the filler primer is obviously on. All this white stuff that you can see is the knifing putty, which is sitting down on the subframe. I filled all the little imperfections that I could see with the knifing putty. So now I'm using 600 grit paper. I'm going to give it a go, see how well it sands back with 600 grit. Warning, do not use knifing putty unless it's very thin. It's shit. Basically had to refiller most places. It's been a right pain in the bottom, but yeah, I've refilled all of there, filled up there, all of here. I've not filled there because I'm going to sand that back tomorrow and then reapply filler and sand all these places here to allow for the bits where there was only a small amount of knifing putty placed to set overnight. So the last time I left off, we'd filled all the bay where the knifing putty wasn't as good as I thought. It's obviously been overnight. Today's quite warm, so everything should have set. Got these little bits here, again here and here. All the filler down there. I went a bit mad yesterday with that, so let's hope I've not made a lot more work than necessary for myself. Joss's whip.
Sorry, buddy. You should be. Fucking beating me up. I've just been round here all morning helping you out.
Yeah, so Joss has been round helping me sand. I'll show you guys that bit in a minute. Yeah, and this is his sick More-Liner Skyline. More-Liner, yeah, that's a new one.
That's staying in. That's staying in.
No, hang on, what is it? It's a More-Door, isn't it? More-Door. Skyline More-Door. But it's a liner, isn't it? Liner is the nickname, yeah. I'm just a retard.
It's a fucking cruise line, look at the size of it.
It's so long. That's what she said. He drives with no steering wheel because he's a drift guy. No, he doesn't. Girlfriend gives him presents. That is sick. So nice. Oh my god. I'm more worried about curbing your wheels.
Right, we'll go. First thing you got to do is drive away.
Wow, this is wicked. Reverse is where 6 would be.
Bottom right. Yeah, use the diagram.
Oh yeah.
Use the diagram.
Oh, sorry.
That's
buddy.
alright.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Oh. I've never hit boost.
Pull out, point it straight, and then stick your foot down.
Fuck me! Yes!
Outside.
Mate, my heart is pumping.
Go out and buy one.
To go for. Yeah, buddy! This is awesome! Oh my god, like I am actually in love. Oh, I just love the. So this is a cockpit man view. This motherfucker drinks. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was amazing. This is why we switched. Joss has to get over these bastard speed bumps. Oh. Massive thanks, Joss, for coming down. That was an experience and a half. So, just to show you what we've actually been getting on with in the bay. So, similar to how when Martin come down, one worked on one side, one worked on the other. Joss kindly started smoothing out that, which is fairly smooth. I'll give that a clean soon and spray it. On this side, which is the side I've been working on from yesterday, we've got it as smooth as we physically can. Added I think about 4 coats of primer, but as you can see there's still pits in the paint here, so that's all got to be smoothed out here. It's just fine line scratches up here, and just blending all this in. Same up here, you know, that's my fingerprints. But next step is continue working on this side. I'm going to smooth this top of the strut tower, try smooth this out a little bit more. I think Josh done the majority of the work on here. Oh, and there's a little bit up here in this corner. So that's the next step. More than likely next time you'll see me I'll probably be doing exactly the same kind of thing. Hopefully this time with the help of some backup from hopefully a body shop experienced person to help me fill and get all these little pinholes and little pits in the filler smoothed out. So yeah, thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.